Block Certified Radio.
StudioLeague.com, Block Certified Radio. On the line, D. Salas, legendary producer, artist, and so much more. I mean, I got a chance to see your resume, man, and you've worked with so many people. I'm wondering why you ain't the one in the video, you know?
Thank you. Yeah, I've been putting it down for many years. I'm here with my wife, Daphne, right here. Just my sidekick writer. Loving my life. We're just chilling at home, man. We're glad to be on your station, man.
He's lying. He's with his mistress.
Ooh.
Damn. Te van a pegar, te van a pegar.
Not today.
So let's talk about originally who you are and where you're from, just for the people out there who don't know who D. Sala is. Where are you from?
Grew up in East LA. My father is in the group Tierra. Back in the 80s, I'm not sure if you were, he had a group song called Together.
My mom was bumping that shit.
Yeah. And just grew up in a musical family, out here, in East LA, and I picked up producing. Been doing it for probably 16 years. Played in a whole lot of bands before that.
Wow. Yeah.
But I've been producing as, as my job for about 16 years.
Got you.
The best job in the world.
And it's been paying well, I assume.
It pays enough.
So you're originally out of L.A., definitely heavily music influenced in your family, so I could see where you get that from. Now, growing up, man, where did you kind of, or who was it that you rubbed elbows with that really kind of plugged you in? Was it your father because of his musical background, or did you kind of stumble across somebody else or a different producer who gave you that shot at actually producing?
Well, definitely it was my father, because I pretty much grew up in the studios as they were recording, their albums.
Nice.
And, but, they were produced, Ghetto was produced by some legendary producers, one of them being Freddie Perrin, who produced, like, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and,
wow.
I believe the OJs, and just a whole lot of people. So I remember meeting Freddie Perrin as a kid and watching what he did with my dad as far as producing on. And I'm like, I want that job.
Wow.
When I grow up.
That's crazy
he
to
was
grow
in
up
control
around.
of everything, and I'm a control freak.
All right. Well, and most producers are. You kind of get a vision and a listen to different things than the normal person normally doesn't, I would think. And your job is to make sure that shit come out tight, right? I mean, that's the producer's job.
Exactly, yeah. And to enhance what the artist brings to the table. That's the main part about it. You kind of listen to what, where they want to go. Of course, you got to understand who they are as a person, who they are as an artist, where they want to go, have a lot of dialogue with them, and then kind of just bring it out, bring out what they already have.
Have you ever had to put some fucker in check like, neta, way, this shit ain't going to sound good if you don't do it the way I'm telling you, man. Trust me, I'm the producer.
Yeah, that happens. Sometimes you just got to change shit on your own without any input.
You're like, dude, the session was great. The session was great. Come back tomorrow. You'll hear the final product.
That has happened.
Hey,
that has happened.
And that brings us to our next question. Now, every artist that you work with, does everybody come with an idea, or sometimes do you have some beats already put away with a certain artist in mind? So when he comes through, you're like, hey, man, I know you got this idea, but check this out. This is what I was thinking that you might sound good on.
Well, generally, I don't really make beats in advance.
Okay.
Because I ask them where they want to go, and I'll just say, well, who are you vibing on? They'll give me like 4 or 5 different artists, and I'll just say, well, where do you want to go? Like, what? Because the main thing is, what market do you want to go, or what do you want to say in the song?
Okay.
What's the mood of the song? Is it dark? Is it gangster? Is it happy? Is it a love song? And, I take it from there, and just kind of like sometimes just ask them what kind of instrumentation do you want, guitar? Because I can play guitar, bass, piano, and other things, I'm pretty adept to getting any kind of sound you need, because I've had so many different influences growing up in, particularly, growing up in East LA, or being a Chicano, I grew up with Stevie Wonder, Black Sabbath, Vicente Fernandez, Gypsy Kings.
Wow.
Of course, my dad's group, name it, soul, 70s, everything.
You've been blessed enough to be in an era where you got a chance to listen to it all, man. It sounds like all genres surrounded you.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of given me, that's the reason I'm still working as a producer today, because because I've been able to kind of transform myself into whatever styles there is, because I'm a fan of just music in general.
Nice.
It don't really matter what genre. I just love music,
And we heard it all through the beats, all the beats that you've made and all that. We see different styles you come with and all that shit. It's all fucking some dope beats and everything.
Yeah, we recently talked to Jasper Loco out of Charlie Rocampo, and he sent us some exclusive stuff that he did with you, man. And I even told Tech, I said, wow, man, you wouldn't have expected this great chemistry between, per se, a Cholo and D. Salas. The song came together nice.
Yeah, well, Jasper's my boy, man. I mean, the whole Charlie Roll clique.
Very talented artist.
Yeah, they know exactly what they want when they come to the studio, and that's the good thing about the people that I work with is that they're not coming with the whole neighborhood and just as the party scene and everything. I mean, they come to work.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about many of the artists I work with, and it's very rare where I get somebody that's just wanting to party. It's usually come in and and even Jasper. I mean, Jasper comes in and says, "Yeah, I got this idea," and boom, let's lay it down, and we get a lot of work done.
Good, good. So being, like you say, man, Tech and I were discussing before we called you how, artists, everybody has their own vision and sometimes are set, locked, deadlocked, won't budge till an idea, no input,
Don't tell me
nothing.
what to do. I already got it.
So, but let me ask you this, because I love the song you did with MC Magic on his album, The Reasons. That is like my personal favorite song on that particular album. How was that working with MC Magic? I mean, being that he's told us the same about how he's the control freak when it comes to making his music.
Well, I heard that when I started working with Magic, but he came in. Well, the Reason song, by the way, is actually written by myself and Daphne here.
Wow.
That was a song that I had the first line in the melody. I just started like, there are many reasons, but the thing is, in all honesty, I'm like not a very good lyricist. I'm very good with melodies and beats.
Yeah.
But when it comes to lyrics, I'm it's very hard for me to write something. It'll take forever.
All right.
So I handed it over to Daphne, and she came out with the whole rest of the chorus.
Nice.
And from there on, that's how it took shape. But Magic is a very big supporter, and he's very melodically driven. So him and I, we connect really well.
Good.
On that. And Daphne and I are just blessed that the song kind of took off the way it did.
Well, David was my inspiration, so that's what's up, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all this right here, all this.
Te van a pegar. Te van a pegar.
Well, I mean, but I think that's a good look because I think when you're trying to make an R&B song or a song that has something heartfelt to it or trying to send a love message, who else better have you to co-write it or write it than a woman, to be honest?
Well, yeah, exactly, and that's why I'm so blessed because Daphne, with a lot of the songs, I mean, there's a whole bunch of other songs that are coming out. Songs I did with Tierra, we co-wrote. OG Playboy, Mr. Loco. Daphne helped write because for a producer, there's some producers that are obviously driven by lyrics or beats or anything like that, and lyrics for me are so personal, and that's why I get too tied up into them. And it may take me a while to write something like that. So it works well when you have a co-writer. I encourage all artists to work with other people because a lot of great ideas comes from collaborations.
There you go. Very true. Very true. And that's why I think so many people try to do their part nowadays to be on features or at least be a part of a song because I've noticed like when you get more than just one head in the room and everybody's working kind of pushing to create something special out of a song out of nothing, out of thin air, that's when like the best music comes out,
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And especially when you take chances if you say, I got this Peruvian flute that I want to try,
Peruvian flute
sound or whatever it is, when you try to fit something that's not supposed to fit, and then that's the really cool, and you come out with a really cool song, that's when it's most gratifying,
He's like, I got a Peruvian flute sound, but we're going to turn it into a guitar. So I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to fucking make it happen today. Awesome. That's good. That's
good. Exactly.
So being that you are in the production seat, are you in the works of releasing any personal projects or personal compilations with a bunch of artists that you feel, hey, this is some good stuff I've had a chance to work with or with people?
Yeah, well, I've been kind of chipping away at my own album, my own solo CD for 2 years now, you know, but it's coming along, you know. For a while it was just trying to figure out what sound I want, because it's, you know, very personal for me.
Okay.
To put out a solo CD, which I've never done, you know. So I mean, Daphne and I, we have a song called "Coming Home Straight to You" that was been playing through Vocos Pero Locos. They've been spinning it on, you know, their 20-something stations that they're on. And so, you know, I got a nice following and a nice buzz through that, and I'm like, wow, it's time to do a solo CD, you know. And I'm featured on a lot of people's songs, so it just makes sense, you know.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I think that's kind of your build-up right there. You know, most artists release mixtapes and stuff to build up for the album. Your build-up is on the features and on production, you know, through everybody's music.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it. I have several really nice songs. A couple that Daphne and I wrote too, and it would, just for the longest time, it was trying to identify whether it was what sound it was going to be, whether it was going to be, you know, really hip hop, or was it going to be soul. And I think I found it. You know, I'm taking it back a little bit to '70s, but still making it very, very new sounding.
Okay, giving it some urban feel to it, but still keeping the soul. And a lot of people agree nowadays.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
A lot of people agree nowadays the music has no soul. A lot of the new shit you hear in rotation has no soul. It's just like you say, straight lyrics or rap. They forgot about that beat or how it feels. Yeah, so I'm glad you're taking the time to do something a little different that can really take it back and enhance the music the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and it's exciting because I basically what I'm trying to do is bring back chord changes. I'm a big fan of chord changes, you know, and give emotion to music, you know, bring it to the highs and lows. Like back in the '70s, there's some great soul songs, you know, because I'm a big fan of Stevie Wonder too. So I love the peaks and valleys that he'll put in a song. But now I'm going to mix that with the sick ass beats, you know, underneath it. And, you know, I think that's the direction I'm going personally for my stuff, you know.
So let me ask you this. Now that it seems like you've kind of achieved the production chair and stuff, you know, you've been at it for a long time and working on a new solo project. Did you happen to have your hands on the Philly Brown soundtrack? Were you involved with that project? Or do you see yourself maybe doing some kind of film production, you know, as far as sound is concerned, or a soundtrack?
Yeah, I did well, geez, I think I did like 8 or 9 songs for the movie.
Wow.
I had a chance to work with Jenny Rivera on that, and Smokey Robinson.
Nice.
I had and it's gonna, you know, I think there's gonna be some tracks coming out I believe early next year. You know, on the new Jenny stuff. She has some English songs that we're tightening up that have never been released.
How was it going into the studio with her? Salas, how was it going to the studio with Jenny Rivera?
Oh, she's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Beautiful person. She was a beautiful person, actually. Very beautiful inside and out. That woman is going to truly be missed for sure, actually.
Yeah, she was a total professional. You know, she came in and knocked it out. Actually, the original version of the song that I did for that movie was with Edward James Olmos and her singing.
Oh, wow.
On the same track.
I wouldn't think to hear that guy on the song.
I think that's going to be on the album, too.
Hurt So Bad.
Yeah, it's called Hurt So Bad.
Oh,
wow. So that's
Dominator and David, by the way.
Yeah, Dominator. Oh, and Nico Olmos, which is Edward James Olmos' son.
Who got him to sing?
How the heck did you manage to get Edward James Olmos on a song? Did you guys get him buzzed? What did you guys do? Roll a J? What happened here?
There's a lot of takes.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
that's all I can say.
we give you props, man.
No, but you know what? Edward James Olmos was actually a singer first before he was an actor. Not many people know this, but him and my pops go way back to like early '70s or late '60s, where they were in, you know, clubs in Hollywood. So he was actually a singer before he was a blues singer though. He was kind of like a real heavy blues singer. So, you know, he knows his way around the studio, but he's been out of practice for a little bit. But he did his thing. It sounded great.
Good. Well, I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad you had the patience to sit there through all those takes
to get them sounding good.